This is something to start off a best of 5.
I mean, I think that this hero at the moment seems so strong. I'm pretty sure you can make it work in any position. We've seen how game-changing some Centaur players can be with the Stampede, that incredibly reliable stun and damage output that just doesn't rely on you actually having any items. You may die, but you're always going to get that chance to get that double edge off, do a hefty amount of magical nuke damage in the fights.
And they've got this crazy amount of team fight on VP. Oh, YapzOr actually gets the first D ward of the game in that mid lane, so vision advantage will be there for mid 1, so he should be able to bully the Storm quite a lot with that high base damage advantage and Ether Shock. I think he can actually put some pressure onto Noah.
I think so.
And I think the rotations, I think they're setting this up already for Secret, right? We've seen them do this in the past where they're like, all right, Zai, you're sacked. That's just what's going to happen in this lane, and we're going to have Nisha babysitted by Puppey, and now YapzOr's got this openness in the game where he's going to sit top for a moment, and then he's going to make tons of rotation on the mid lane to just shut down this Storm Spirit. Because in reality, you look at VP's draft, they got lots of team fight, but it's a Storm Spirit solo carry because they just have a brew at the other one.
I mean, I'm looking at this mid already, and mid 1 having a great start to the first wave. Just that increased base damage, allowing him to get some big denies, taking away that first range creep in the search from no one.
Yeah. And we're really in for a treat here, though. As Roger looks like he's going to be playing more of just a jungle role, which means Ramses is just kind of left alone and sacked. But they're going to have a farmed Centaur and farmed Phoenix down in the bottom lane. But 2 lanes that look pretty dominant for Secret at the start.
Because this is sort of the lanes that the Secret want right on the side. Yeah. Because ideally, VP, they would have wanted to pressure the TV with that Centaur Phoenix, surely.
Yeah, and this is exactly that. And they're going to put, look at this tower's already dropping the half HP.
It's just a minute and a half in.
They're taking advantage of the fact that there's an Enigma. I mean, it's a very greedy draft by VP.
He was able to get the toss onto Solo, getting him underneath the tower. Solo takes a heavy beating there from the tree as well, stopping the sound.
All right.
As Zai he's holding his own pretty nicely against these 2 down bottom.
Yep. Ooh.
No one does have the salve, but only a mango left on him in regards to his mana. His mid 1, 8 for 6 at the moment against the 6 for 0.
I'm definitely a bit concerned for VP just about the greed in the laning phase and just if they can come out of this one. Sure, they've got a lot of team, but they need to be careful.
There's shackles available. Mid 1 could go for this. He's got the grab. All right, clip or 2 after. It's going to bring it down low, but there's a fairy fire there. And regeneration just comes out for no one. He's got the salve.
But look at these last hits. 11-7 on Shadow Shaman already.
Solo lane. YapzOr grab back onto Roger. YapzOr does have to be a little careful with the Eidolon, but Puppey with the poison touch does the damage to bring down the Enigma. First blood for Secret.
And now Zai's put in a 1v1 versus a Phoenix. He's going to start to catch up very well down here.
I'm going to see some illusions sent mid here by Solo, but still not a lot that can be done to really alleviate this advantage that mid 1 has in the middle lane as the Shaman.
Yeah. Just the nature of the hero, just super high base damage, high nuke damage as well. You can always put the pressure onto a Storm Spirit or any type of hero that has to walk up close to that creep wave to get last hits. But yeah, looking at the team fight, you know, we talk a lot. VP have a crazy amount of team fight, but the thing you can never really cross out is when Rubik is in the game, in particular on YapzOr's hands. He's got a massive amount of spells to steal in this game. Just the Enigma, the Brewmaster, the Centaur Stampede. We've seen what's been happening, especially from Soxa yesterday. Here comes this rotation that we were talking about. Zai getting pressured.
Yeah, Solo just had the wraparound. He's got the hoop stomp, double edge to finish off the job. VP able to catch out Zai. It is pretty much the toughest lane that Secret has going at the moment. Having Zai on his own, it's always going to be hard for him against those 2 heroes. And VPC an opportunity to take him down. Top lane Nisha CS 14 for 4 against Ramses 7 for 4. So Puppey and Nisha playing the lane to a point where Ramses is suffering.
Yep.
Roger's trying his best, making the pulls on the Enigma.
I mean, it's gonna happen. You've picked this very greedy kind of like not like your traditional support lineup. Zai bottom. It's a good combo on the both of them, but now
I think Pasha with the counter play. He's getting some good blocks off indeed. Buying time for Solo to look to close the gap, but Zai will be fine. Actually, I say they just walk back in range of a Who Stomp, but with a TP coming in, VP will not mess around for more. They know YapzOr's about, and now they're trying to turn. Toss forward onto YapzOr. Telekinesis drags Pasha back, and Zai takes him out with a tree to the backside.
Quick moves, and YapzOr's been missing off the map for a while. Also, Puppey's been kind of running around to the point where, look at mid 1 in the mid lane. 27-13, almost level 6. No one's jungling. He has to destroy jungle.
I mean, it's a terrifyingly strong laner in the right 1v1 situations, and mid one is playing it perfectly.
He's gonna, I mean, as soon as he hits 6, this tower is in jeopardy. And losing your early towers, they might lose mid and top very early on, and they need to use the jungle with their draft. With this Enigma, with this Storm Spirit, they have to have the accessibility on the side of VP to it.
Does walk into Roger and his Eidolons. Amethyst and the Eidolons bringing him down low, but Puppey with the boots has the movement speed to get himself away from Roger's Enigma. But get this mid lane, mid one wards down, fortification will come out, bounty runes, we'll see Zai being able to grab the bottom one. The other one does still stand on the bottom, but this mid lane, just this constant pressure from the Shaman that VP can't really do too much about at this point. They sort of just have to let this tower go.
Solo's gonna die if he steps up too far. Yapso's ready for him.
I'll see him now with the creeps, so you can expect Solo to play careful. And Puppey there as well, offering backup for mid one. Last pop of the bottle as well.
I mean, this is
enough help to stand ground, and it's 5 minutes in. Mid one's claiming the tower.
And that's before the catapult even, the catapult just got there and the tower was pretty much already dead. Also, Zai, who was the sacked hero, he's nearly level 6 in the bottom lane, and he's completely caught back up. Definitely problematic here for VP.
Yeah,
they're setting up for Nisha up top. They might be able to find this one.
He is on his own. He pops the stick charges. He'll try and hide in the trees, but he's blocked off by the Eidolons.
Very nice. Much needed kill for them right now. Now mid one, hoping for a rune to come out. Up top, will he get lucky? He will not. It does spawn bottom.
Down bottom. Time for Solo and Pasha to chase down Zai. Zai underneath the tower will stop Solo from going for more. Zai did have the combo available, and Solo didn't want to try and dive too near to the tower. As top lane Secret with the 3 of them grouped up. Yeah, they could look to, as you say, take this another tier 1 tower off the map at an incredibly fast pace.
Yeah, and I mean, mid one's jungling for the time being, almost having his arcane boots finished up, but his wards are up only 25 seconds, so he can threaten another tower if he wants to. Zai
should be able to play as well. This goes for a quick toss. Solo cannot get off the Who Stomp. Zai keeps the distance.
Secures the last
on the range. He does still have an avalanche if he feels in danger, Zai. And he'll pop it just in case Solo would chase on. It's a lane that normally is very strong, this Centaur Phoenix, but they're really struggling to deal with Zai. Zai is holding his own perfectly, and they're not really punishing him at all.
Puppey.
Top lane does run into Ramses and Roger. He's got a point in the grave. We absolutely Nisha out there with the backup, as Puppey will be able to heal up, keep his distance, and they can't kill it. With that point in the grave, an early point, it will keep him alive.
Yeah, and they put down very early wards too. Rubik, the Yapsor, when he made the rotation bottom, he put a ward down just to watch the lane so Zai can be protected. He put a ward also in the jungle to watch no one when he's farming, and they even put one in the transition area if no one does try to make a rotation toward top. So they have all the information in the world right now, so they're going to play around that. They're going to try to keep this pressure on early on with the way that they've drafted this. They want to keep the pressure on too. They don't want this big team fight lineup to get all together. But they're okay with, like, I mean, later stages. They've got a Tower Blade.
They do absolutely do have ways to fall back, but definitely this Shaman pick seems to be so good against the way that VP want to play. They're just playing so fast, Secret. The VP, they've got to find some sort of way to slow them down, and even at that, Secret have other ways out of this game. It's looking very good for Secret in these first 8 minutes.
And we've seen him, I mean, Storm Spirits, we haven't really talked too much about no one in this game. He's recovering decently after having the jungle. This hero is not winning a lot of games at this tournament. It's 2-9 currently, if I'm not mistaken.
So Roger will find Japsaw out on his own. Quick toss back will temporarily stun Ramses, trying to stop him from getting in range of the Rubik. And Japsaw will be fine. Ramses can't quite get close enough. Does now have level 6, has the Primal Split ready to go. Next time he sees an opportunity to go for a kill like that, he'll certainly take it. With the ultimate to keep them on top. Number-wise, it's very close at the moment, but Secret just having that extra control in terms of the pressure and the fact that they have already taken away 2 towers from VP.
Yeah, now, I mean, it makes it so, like, how does VP get into the jungle to pressure Nisha? Because you know, Nisha, it's a Tower Blade. He's just going to sit there for a very long time.
The TP is still on cooldown for a couple of seconds, and even so, Puppey and mid one are there, making sure that there's nowhere for Pasha to run. Secret, they'll pick up another.
Yep. And now they can probably transition this into a push. Mid one's down here. They're giving the Absol the mid lane since he's only level 4. Even though he's got in, you know, a couple rotations for kills, he's lacking in those levels, which usually he does thrive on. But this is what they do. They give up the lane to Yapzone so he can get that farm up, get that early Yule Scepter. And Yule's, you know, they have a lot of control already for the Storm Spirit throwing a Yule's too. So many different ways to catch that hero. Even building a secondary one on mid one too.
In terms of sort of the team fight for VP coming online, we've got level 5 still on the Enigma. But both Pasha has now got his Supernova online. Solo just needs a few more creeps and he will have Stampede. So they are getting those pieces together that will allow them to try and take a fight, try and hold some of these objectives that Secret have been fast with the push upon. Zai. Oh, actually off the mark there with the avalanche, as he will not connect with Ramses. Ramses continuing to walk off and drops a tip. Zai will be quick to tip back, and Ramses will be able to walk away. Bottom lane, Pasha getting aggressive onto Puppey. Puppey just goes for the grave and the TP out, and he's fine. So just as that supernova comes online, it will be used and unsuccessful in getting any action done. And
big one's here.
Wards are going to be dropped. He goes for the ward trap onto Roger. Roger will fall. Primal Split comes out there from Ramses, and no one's here as well. They're trying to get themselves on top of the Shaman, and they will claim his life. So
pretty cool.
They'll take that trade there, BP. Kill for a kill, and the ward's expended. They know that that's a good amount of time that they don't have to worry about mid one pushing down a lane.
Pretty cool combo they have too with the Stampede and with the Brewlings. You just run through heroes with that, you cause that Stampede effect to slow, so you can get on top of him with all those different units. It's pretty nice, and we've seen Ramses, since he's going to be the hard carry in this game, he's going for the Radiance. He's not going for Aura, he's not going for Blink Dagger. Just wants to try to transition into that big force.
I don't know, as we can see on the farm for both No One and Ramses, it's going to be good timings on their items. They're second and third on the net worth, still ahead of Nisha's Terrorblade at the moment. Yeah, so Ramses should get a good timing on the Radiance at this pace.
Yeah, that one death on Nisha definitely costing them a bit here, but we've seen what Terrorblades do, right? They go to the jungle, if they don't get pressured, they will be the most farmed hero in the game, and like we said, the pressuring on VP, it has to come out eventually. They don't have Stampede available for about 25 seconds, but they do have the heroes that can invade, but they have to eventually be able to take out a tier 1 to do it easier and not as obvious. Zai is continuously putting the pressure on top lane. He might get punished with this
Pushing pretty deep. The wraparound coming through from BP as Zai will start to back off, but already Solo hiding in the trees, comes out. Zai will be quick with the toss back, so won't initially get hit by the Hoostop, but Roger's there with the wraparound. They'll commit the black hole as well. They want Zai dead, and dead he certainly shall be. It's Roger. That's the last touch there. Well deserved after he was the one committing that ult. Probably would have gone in without it, but yeah, they didn't want to risk any sort of backup coming in.
And when are they going to use it? Like, they don't have another opportunity probably that's going to arise where they need a black hole. So just, Roger's like, I want to get involved. I want to use my spells. Nisha continuing to just farm in jungle. Mid one, like we said, going for that Yule Scepter. He's looking to pressure down this bottom lane. Also taking the health talent this game, not taking the XP gain, even though, he's a core or whatever. He wants to be tankier in this game so he can survive the jump of the Storm Spirit. If you can outlive Storm's mana, then you're going to just, you're going to be able to take this team fight. Or take the least engagement versus him as mid one. He's trying to save the wards here. They want to try to take it without, but he might have to commit.
Mid one's going in, but straight away Solo, let's get on top of him. The Hex does come out. Mid one trying to stop the protection being sent up, but stop. They turn. The Solo Stampede coming into play. No one will get himself there on top of mid one. They found the Shaman. VP claim mid one's life, and they're not done yet. Looking for more. Dive forward from Pasha. Finds Zai in the trees. No one a little out of mana, but he's bottling up. He's still got a bit more to play with, and it looks to be just enough. If he can get that right click off, it will slow Zai down. At the same time, Solo and Ramsey, they're trying to get on top of Nisha. As 2 dead on Secret, Solo will fall. But VP taking another great fight, holding off on that push down bottom. Wards being dropped again though to no avail. They do not get that tier 1 tower. VP are holding, they're getting this Storm Spirit involved. And no one, this is definitely looking like one of the brighter beginnings of a Storm Spirit game that we've seen at this LAN.
Oh, absolutely. They have so much team fight, right? That's what we were mentioning on VP. Sure, they use the black hole top, but they still have Stampede, they still have Blue Split, they still have Egg to try to defend that bottom tower. Mid one getting a little greedy. Looked like he really wanted to try to save the Serpent Wedge either for an engagement or for trying to go for that tier 2, but gets punished for it as he dives a bit too far.
You do have to be a little careful if you're Secret, sort of running a core Shaman. You're always going to have sort of that laning stage that works out very beneficial, but the difficulty in playing this hero as a core down the line, it gets so hard. Your positioning has to be absolutely perfect to ensure you can actually get off your spells in the fight, because at the end of the day, this hero can still fall over and get squished pretty quickly in big teamfight combos. Bottom lane, they find the lockdown. Jackals as well to find Pasha pushing out a little too far on the Phoenix.
Yeah, they saw him farming up. They have that lane ward, so as soon as he pushes up too far, quick, easy setup if they can get the Hex. And yeah, mid one past that cast range, and it's max hex very early on. That can be very frustrating to play against as well for a Storm Spirit. Even though no one having a great time level 12 already with Kaya, has to watch out for those instant disables that there are on Secret, because they have two of them. They have a Rubik as well as the Shadow Shaman, and I say two of them, but they're both going to have Yule Scepters as well.
Oh, look at that.
That is crazy.
Dota Plus is not a fan of the core Shaman. 75% for VP.
I think Dota Plus sometimes when you see these like roles getting swapped with heroes, it gets a little confused. It definitely can. But yeah, there is a very overwhelming amount of team fight on VP, like we keep saying. And Ramsey's getting close to a Radiance, which can be very nice, as he can just run in, get on top of that Terror Blade with Radiance with his Bruce Split. And there's very little Secret that can actually do it to deal with that one. That being said, though, they can kill the Bruce Split. They have Shadow Shaman, they have Terror Blade, they have Tiny, they have a lot of physical damage.
Once they're on the high ground, it doesn't quite close the gap, and even so, VP more than ready to take a fight if Secret did force it around that area. These timings coming into play. Relic nearly complete for Ramses. Bruce going to have a Radiance up very soon. In a few minutes, the subsequent team fights for Secret will become incredibly difficult.
Unless they get the catch. That is the thing, is Ramses, he doesn't have a mobility item. He needs his other heroes to start the fight so that he can get that split off. If he gets caught by Disable, there's going to be further Disable coming out for Secret to kill this man.
Down bottom has a blink. See if he can bring down Pasha. Pasha's got a lot of HP to work with. So we'll be able to find the dive off. The rest of Secret heading down here. Jump forward from Zai. Maybe able to just find this on his own actually. Pasha will probably not want to expend the Supernova. And yeah, he's won. Zai will be able to just take that one. Yapsor, classic Yapsor, comes in for the kill secure.
He's mid-air dying too, and he's like, nope, mine.
Yeah, I'll take that.
He's like, you want to be 3 position this? No. Ramses actually commits the split for top as he sees the TP coming in.
He's trying to focus down Puppey, but at the same time, he's got to back away. There's no one else here from VP. So just poke at Zai, make sure that Zai can't get a blink off to chase him down after the split ends. And is the split gone, Roger? Continuing to farm up, working his way towards the Crimson Guard. And it's his first time for the team.
We've got the 5-position Blink Dagger on the Centaur. So he has caught up very nicely. He's ahead of Roger. They prioritized the farm on solo. That can let them set up for kills. Now they have that initiation we were talking about to allow Ramses to always get that split off in the fights.
7 for 7, very close in both gold and experience at the moment.
And Nisha's not, he's still all the way almost at the top there, but he's not the absolute top, which we usually do see when a Terror Blade just been left absolutely alone jungling like this.
We've seen many a game, the Terror Blade, as long as he's sort of in that top area of farm, the 17-minute mark, there's the potential for him to have a very good game. And as the game goes on, they do have that strong late-game team fight, VP, but in terms of having a single core, it's going to be hard.
Oh, they destroy Yapsor with that blink reveal.
Strain on top of Yapsor. We will see Secret try to respond. TP's come through to the shrine. Stampede being used by Solo to keep them out of range, though. And Secret cannot get a grab in return. So VP finding these little picks, keeping themselves ahead.
Yep. And they've got an Arcane Rune on no one too, so they can look to keep this pressure going here. Mid one. Has to be careful.
No one. Start to poke around with this. Puppey is there. We'll get the Hex off mid one as they hold back. No one for now. The Shaman Ward's down, but Solo jumps in. Who's up on top of mid one? A great ball come out from Puppey. Solo, he goes for the shackles onto Ramses, but Supernova's out. Ramses, he's got the pop.
He doesn't get it off.
Get it off. A Secret.
And they get the egg. And they get the storm.
I can't believe they came out on top of that one.
The grave by Puppey.
It looked like that fight was just over for Secret.
Look how much damage Serpent Ward did in that. He also got like a 3 or 4-man Ether Shock as well. Just able to be tanky enough. Just having that 200 health talent on top of having Puppey there.
I don't think even VP will believe that they lost that fight. I mean, so many things came so close to working out for them. I believe, look, the
Ramses had 1 second.
It really was.
Not even 1 second. He was literally mid-animation, but it was on cooldown when they tried to go for this. But look at this damage coming out from the wards. And then Puppey gets that grave off. The ward's just focusing down everybody. And then the TP's coming in. Zai's there. Rubik also was able to steal the zip so he can get on top of no one and clean up the kill.
And the fact is they get that egg. That was a fight that looked to be a disaster for Secret, but they come out on top.
And they get Nisha involved too.
Yeah, VP couldn't quite get those kills.
Yeah.
That was a fight pre-Radiance as well on the Brew. So next up, they'll have to deal with that one from Ramses. He's got that ready to go for the next time round.
And he'll have split available, of course, too, because he did use it defensively up top.
Oh, it's mid lane, no one. Tries for the zip in. He's got the grab. On the mid one straight away. Solo! Oh, he gets the two-man Hoostomp. Actually catching Yapso from the low ground. Yapso with the stolen full lightning. Tries to escape Ramses. Looking to see if he can chase this down. He's running in with the Radius. No one! It's the zip for Nisha, but Nisha's up on the high ground. No one doesn't have the vision to grab him back, and the Vortex, in fact, still on cooldown for a couple of seconds. Didn't have the further disable. A VP quick to strike back in that middle lane.
Long distances they can always initiate from. That Storm, the Centaur with Blink, the Phoenix which has a built-in Blink Dagger with the Icarus Dive. Secret has to be positioned very well in order to defend themselves with that one. Puppey, he wasn't there. He's usually the one that has to be that defensive one.
Oh, Puppey.
Oh, stalking Solo.
Good look to start things off.
Cancels the Blink.
Poison touch on him. We'll see what sort of reaction comes out from VP. They do have Roger on the side by side. He's already got himself on top of the Enigma. He's telekinesis as well. Roger turning back off. The full Crimson Guard on him. We'll keep it fine as now Solo jumps in. They're looking for the counterplay. The Supernova down as well. Zai has to rush. As Solo and Roger, no one as well. Straight on top of the Tiny. Zips in. Goes for the Vortex. Zai tosses back no one. But he's still got mana. Roger will just survive. He gets away. Zai will not be quite as lucky as VP claim the kill and punish Secret for trying to take a poke of Solo on that top lane.
The courier delivery actually just coming in absolute clutch. They also stack the disables, the Yapsor as well as Zai onto Roger, but yeah, gets delivered that Crimson Guard in the middle of that fight. Gives him enough HP to tank through it. And also the talent too, right? He went for that magic resistance talent, so every little thing, you know, you gotta look at those things. They do add up. Mid lane, Stampede, instant counter.
Yeah, they've got the party here, VP, they're ready to fight this as Ramses with the Prime Split moves into 4-3, gets in perfect position for the black hole! Oh, VP now just straight out playing Secret, they tried to poke up top, it was a mess, they lost Zai, they try and poke a middle, Roger just goes for the easiest walk-in three-man black hole of his life, and Secret losing a couple of team fights back-to-back, VP getting ahead now.
This ward, I believe it saw Secret setting up for them when they were going in, and Solo was absolutely instant for the counter initiation.
And Roger just, all right, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful plays from VP, and it certainly feels like it's a mistakes being made by Secret. Palms are sweating. And Roger, I love it. Oh. Those black holes are always the best way you can just take your hands off the keyboard.
Yeah, it's like this is a game where he might still want the Blink Dagger. I think he has queued it up actually. But having like Solo with the Stampede gives him opportunity to just kind of waltz in, and this might be the most farmed that Solo's ever been. Look at this. He's got the same net worth as his Enigma. They kind of have like these 5 cores in a way. It's becoming to come to fruition. He's even got a Glimmer Cape, like Blink Glimmer Cape. He's got the Ags queued up next. Solo's a happy man. So much team fight.
Secret, come on with this long wraparound. They have Metamorphosis and double damage.
High ground.
Oh, who's going to start things first? The Puppey begins to poke. Mid-one goes forward with the Hex. The Stampede's down, but he still gets the shackles up, locking him down. Damage is not enough for Roger. He's still alive.
Nisha gets looted.
They strike back the Supernova. Gets the 3 of them. No one with the control on to Nisha. Nisha tries to turn, but he cannot fight back. Secret. They've lost 3. They've lost 4. Zai falls as well. As Secret. They're starting to break up here. These fights that they're looking for are just disaster after disaster.
Oh man, and they've only really got that one egg hitter on their team, right? They've got Nisha, but without the BKB, hitting egg is very, very unlikely. He's also hitting the egg, and the ancient creep comes out and hits him and roots him, so he can't actually longer hit it. Also gets all of his armor reduced, gets hit by the Supernova stun, and VP. That's when they don't have Black Hole and they don't even have the Brewmaster split or Brewmaster even in the area.
It's looking scary for Secret. They cannot afford to lose fights like this when they're running a core Shaman. This game does not get any easier. Sure, they have a Terrorblade, but the whole game is going to be on Nisha's back. And you look at some of the cores that he had to go up against, the mobility. These heroes aren't fun to play against as a Terrorblade. You have no one constantly repositioning himself. Ramses running in primal split form. It's hard for a TB to fight against, especially if he doesn't have the meta. And now with the blink on Roger, you can expect huge black holes to come in from him.
And they just have so much damage too. Even if Shiva's guard now finished on the Phoenix too. And even in like the later stages, sure, Terrorblade, sometimes when his hero's not doing so much damage, it's the illusions that are doing a lot. But Ramses has a Radiance. He's also a Brewmaster, so with his Brew Split, he can just, you know, use the Dispel and kind of kill those illusions inside of the mid-game teamfights too. And the Stampede, again, they get the disengage.
Saves Pasha, and now with the turnaround, no one's in forward. No one does get sent up in the air by the telekinesis, but they've lost Japso. They've lost Midboard. They're going to lose Zai as well, as no one keeps himself on top of the Tiny. They're closing the gap. No one still with mana to play around with. And Zai cannot escape this. Again, Virtus Pro in this game one. Really starting to put Secret in their place as VP heads straight into the pit.
And that's just, I mean, a click of a Stampede,
I mean,
and they get the disengage. And everybody's still ability beside that.
I don't know what Secret can do now. This game is looking so hard for them right now. I mean, that fight as well, VP took it. They didn't have to use Supernova. They didn't have to use Black Hole. They're going to have the Aegis for next time round on the Storm Spirit, you would imagine. Secret needs some sort of crazy play. I think the one that you do look towards to make that play would be Yapzor. He has to find one of these huge steals.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's going for that Aghanim Scepter, but he's a long ways away. And Mid-One, who had a fantastic start in the laning phase, right? He's 1-6-6 now.
This is the problem with the Shaman. It's a really, really hard hero to execute with. You have to play from ahead. They got very quick timings on those tier 1s in the mid lane, the top lane, eventually the bottom lane. But at 25 minutes, to not have taken a tier 2 when you have this mid Shaman, the game is not in a great position for you. No,
definitely not. And I mean, you know, gold, 11K, quite a lot for VP, but look at that experience. Yeah. It's 20,000 experience lead. Dota Plus is heavily favoring VP, even more so now after these last few fights, as it's halfway toward a Aghanim Scepter on the 5-position Centaur.
Feeling very confident now. 95% that VP can close this one up. Yapzor was saving up for the Aghanims. He says, I need the blink. Like I said, the pressure is on Yapzor. He has to get this big black hole steal, supernova steal, primal split, something, a game-changing ultimate that can sort of create the platform for Nisha to actually get stuff done in the fights. Because as we've seen, every time VP's been able to get on top of Nisha, and Nisha just has not been a threat at all up to this point in the game.
No. He does have his BKB finished, so that's something. So at least he's got a little bit of that magic immunity to focus on the egg. But a lot of times when we see Tinies having success is because they can go around the map and kill somebody, right? Look at Zai's targets in this game. It's a Centaur who's 5 position with 2,500 HP, 2,000 HP Brewmaster, 2,200 Storm. Everybody's sitting at way too much HP for a Tiny to really do much in the fights. Very problematic for Secret.
VP just turning up with something a little different in this game one, and it is looking absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. We've got everything online now too. So many different forms of initiation. Triple Blink Daggers with the Storm Spirit. It's pretty much like everybody has a Blink Dagger in a way, because triple Blinks, a Phoenix, and a Storm, they all can just get in and out of the fights constantly. Throw in a Stampede too. Secret's gonna need a miracle.
What they can find. VP ready to play offensive. Stampede looks to set it up as they'll try and get themselves on top of the target. They'll get the stun off the Dazzle. No one! He's straight in on the high ground. They're looking to go for the play. Can they turn this around? Midboard getting low. Got the Midnight Pulse down too. Secret being forced back. VP still ready to charge more for more. He's on top of Nisha. Nisha goes for the Sunder and the BKB. Will survive, but Secret, they've lost 2. As VP, they're moving towards tier 4. It's a quick blink from Yapzor will keep him fine. No one's pretty low on the mana and the HP, but he still has that Aegis to fall back on. He'll die the once. Do they have any way of catching him again? They have got a telekinesis. They'll go for the grab on the Rubik, setting him back into one. The stun as well. They've got him. Yapzor, a huge kill by the Rubik.
Ramsey's dropping low as well. Roger.
Oh, he's got it. Roger. Oh, he did it. He absolutely did it. He sees a chance to go back in a fight where it looked like Secret were about to hit back damn hard.
And they all TP in their face.
I mean, that was a big surprise, that one, just to have Rogers to say, we're going back on this one.
He almost got a huge hole in the initial fight, but I believe it was the Rubik lift stun, the one that dropped back down, just canceling it initially. So he's actually able to keep it and then finds a perfect opportunity.
Just when it looked like Secret had some sort of a good showing of a defense, Roger just says, no, we're taking this team fight as well.
Oh, look
going back in, catching the Terrorblade off on the high ground. I mean, Roger, absolute perfect play on the Enigma, sees a chance to keep the fight going where Secret thought it was all over. That fight, they said, "Wait, we've come out on top. We pushed them back."
Look at Noah's reaction.
He's surprised as well.
I love that.
He did not expect Roger to step back in like that and get that black hole. That was absolutely amazing from Roger.
Just so much team fight, right? They've got so many different things they can expend inside of those fights, and yeah, it shows as they can just commit forward into the base, diving tier 4s. They have an Aegis, but quite a far forward dive. I did see a courier die with the BKB.
It did.
Whose was that?
It was the Dire courier, I believe.
Okay.
I think... Was it no one's? I imagine he's got another BKB queued up.
I don't know, I did see a BKB on the courier though, and it did die.
Oh no, I think it was Ramses. We'll see. The courier's going to be back up in a minute.
Yeah, it would make sense if it was Ramses. Based on his net worth, look how high that is. Yeah, definitely.
Ramses BKB. Yep. Knocked out for just a minute more. This game still very much VPs at the moment.
Yeah.
Huge leads all round. 15k gold, 24k experience. And the classic VP aggression coming into play. I mean, we've got to remember that fight that they were going for at the tier 3s and the tier 4s was in a lane where, and they haven't even taken the tier 2. There's a tier 2 tower still in that middle lane. But VP with that classic CIS aggression we know and love, taking the fight straight into Secret space.
They're feeling very confident with the way that the whole pace of this game is going. They're playing versus a Tiny who isn't able to really play too much, and they're versus a Core Shadow Shaman. So it's like, they know it's all Nisha to try to do anything, and he's versus a lot of counters that work really well versus the hero. Be the Enigma, be the Brewmaster. All so high level too. You know, we were talking about how it's kind of turned into a 5-core lineup on VP. The lowest level on their team is Solo as level 18. 18, 19, 21, 21, and 20.
I already know on. He sees him and gets on top of him immediately. His mid-one is in the whole world of trouble. The Grave will come out, but VP, they'll surround him. He has got the Glimmer, and they're going for the on the side too. Mid-one ticks out, so does the Dazzle. Secret just can't fight this.
No.
The BKB will come out for Nisha, but he's down 3 teammates. It's only him and Zai left. Can they really get some sort of a kill out of this? Pasha dives away, but VP, they're just diving in, getting on top of Nisha. Right again, wants to close the game up. But with a black hole like that, he's certainly going to bring it close to, as VP will take this bottom tier 3 tower. Zai buys back, but nobody else in Secret having the luxury of a buyback to fall back upon. As VP,
they're all like full HP. I mean, Pasha's a bit low here, but he's got an urn. He can just keep healing his teammates, and now it's Axe on Solo.
His position 5 cents.
Look how far he is. Holy moly.
I think we certainly saw Secret try something here with the mid Shaman. It was a lot of fun. It was great in lane, but it's just so hard to play the rest of the game out.
Can't make any type of mistakes when you have that. When it's just all banking on a Terrorblade.
As soon as they see a chance, they tip immediately on top of Zai. Roger jumps forward as well with the Malefist. He reserves it for the Yules will be there buying some time for Yap, so he's looking to maybe himself back to the fountain. Puppy, he's trying to run away from Ramses, will survive, but Zai will not. Zai falls. 10 seconds until Nisha's back, 20 seconds until mid-one's back in the game, but they've lost the bottom racks. They're going to lose at least the mid-ones as well. As VP pushing down the middle lane. Stolen Pool Lightning will keep Yap safe, but VP just overrunning this game now. Just 32 minutes in, but a full set of racks up on the bottom lane. The melee racks taken in the middle. Secret, can they really turn this one around now? As I'm sure the Dota Plus numbers are not going to look too great at all for Secret at this point.
It's got to be 100%. It has to be in this one. And it is, yeah.
It's 100%. We've seen a 97% be turned around. Will we see a 100% be turned around? We'll see. But it's looking pretty rough here for Secret in this game 1.
It's just even before they had the Aghanims on the Centaur, I saw Nisha hitting some heroes. He tried hitting Pasha, and he was just tickling this hero. Because, I mean, Pasha's got 21 armor, even has evasion thrown into. I mean, it's Nisha versus the world, and he does not have the item seal to do so at any point here in this game. Full Hex now on Noah, 216 Bloodstone charges. They've got absolute cruise control in this for the rest of this game.
VP are just so strong, so massive at this point.
Yapsor needs a dream. Like he needs to steal Black Hole and get on everybody.
He needs the stolen Black Hole.
Yep.
He needs a stolen 5-man Black Hole.
That is pretty much the only way I do see them back in this one. They have an Aghanims on middle, but
they're ready to fight already. Straight away, look at his move in with the Stampede. They dive forward, jump in from Solo. Got the hook dump up on Puppy's gone. Zip straight away from no one, gets himself on top of Nisha. Nisha down for 70, he's got buyback. Bites back straight away with a primal split, chasing down Zai. The zip forward from no one as well. Now claim a second as GG is called. Versus Pro taking game 1 of this best of 5. And it didn't look close at all. VP just played it perfectly. The lanes, they were tough. Secret, they had good lanes, but the rest